game of football is about so much more than those 90 minutes on a Saturday afternoon, and that's what this show is dedicated to telling you about. My name's Tom Hodge, and welcome to Take a Bow, Son.
Take a bow, son. Take a bow, son.
Everyone loves a red card, unless it's given to your team. Tell you who doesn't love them though. Wojciech Szczęsny, the Arsenal goalkeeper. You know how I know this? Well, he was shown one during the week, and this was his response. He was pretending to roll dice. It's not the best response that a footballer's ever had to a refereeing decision though. Remember when Didier Drogba did this?
Drogba getting himself into further trouble.
Or the greatest moment ever on a football pitch as far as I'm concerned, when Mario Balotelli scored a goal for Manchester City and celebrated by doing this. Mario, I salute you. Tomorrow when I'm filming this, or this morning when you're watching it, the draw's being made for Euro 2016, despite the fact that we've not actually played the World Cup yet. I never understand that. But the real talking point for me is the fact that for the first time ever, Gibraltar are in the draw, and they could potentially play qualifiers against England. This is a team that in November last year managed to hold Slovakia to a 0-0 draw in Portugal, and before the game the players all had to go to the shopping centre to buy themselves boots because they'd never played on grass before. I mean, obviously the only reason that they've managed to do it is because they've widened their recruitment policy. Previously only people who had actually been born on Gibraltar could represent them. Now that they've been given an official UEFA ranking, they've widened it out so that if your parents or grandparents were born there, you can play. And looking at the sort of players that they're calling up, it's a lot of non-league players and League Two players, so if your grandparents were born in Gibraltar, you've got a very good chance. Just give them a ring and ask for a trial. For the last couple of weeks, it seemed that everybody except for me has been absolutely glued to the Winter Olympics, which are being held in Sochi in Russia at the moment. The main criticism that's levelled at winter sports is because all of the equipment and stuff costs so much money, it's only really middle-class kids who can get into it while they're young, which then means that only really middle-class kids can become professional Winter Olympians. But that's not true. Anyone can get involved. Just ask Jay Rodriguez and Jack Cork of Southampton, who this week staked their claim to be included in the 2018 Winter Olympic curling squad for Team GB. Very good work by Jack Cork on the board on wheels there. Not so happy with Jay Rodriguez's sweeping. Then again, he's a striker. What do strikers know about being sweepers? That joke is based on a football position that hasn't been used for about 25 years. There are two regular features that I'm going to be running on Take a Bow, Son. This week they're amalgamated. I'm going to be ending this episode, as I will every other episode, by nominating my player who I think needs to take a bow this week. But first, we need to go to my favourite part of my house, and also my favourite part of Take a Bow, Son.
Hey, what the fuck are you talking about? It's Joey Barton Corner.
Welcome to Joey Barton Corner. I googled him to see if there was anything daft that he'd done, and the main story that came up, which was on a lot of the news websites, was a story about something genuinely brilliant that he's done. This story comes from the Eastbourne Herald website, and I will post a link in the description. There's a guy in Eastbourne who's a lifelong QPR fan and is quite ill. He's got a tumour in the centre of his brain, and his eldest son started a fundraiser. This fundraiser was designed to raise £500 for the guy to take his son and his dad to Loftus Road, QPR's ground, to watch a game for what could be the last time ever. And the £500 was raised like that, thanks to social media, and QPR found out about it. And so Joey Barton came down to Eastbourne and went to the guy's house and gave him the tickets and like sat and had tea and a chat with him. It's just a really lovely thing to do. It's lovely of QPR to do the thing, to say, well yeah, we'll just give you some tickets and stuff. But what's even more lovely is that it was Joey Barton's day off, and he came down and he went to the guy's house and he spent time with him. He didn't just drop off the tickets and fuck off, he spent time with him. I've got a photograph. Look, it's here. That's him. That's Joey Barton sitting in the guy's living room with him and his son having tea. And it's because of that that I am, for the first episode of Take a Bow Son, I am amalgamating my two regular features. Because you know what? Joey Barton.
Take a bow, son.
You absolute legend. Thanks very much for watching. Click there to go to my other channel, and if you're watching this ages in the future, click there to go to the next video. Right, that's your lot. I'm off to teach Jay Rodriguez how real men sweep the fucking floor. See you later.